Changing a toxic mindset. What's going on, guys? Today's video, I just really want to discuss. Yesterday I was on Facebook scrolling, and I came across one of those dad support groups, basically where like dads can post about like questions they have, thoughts that they have, and this post really hit me, where like I saw my old self in it, and I think they're going through this process, and I originally had that thought process in the beginning, and then my mindset changed when uh, I had put trust in God. And what I want to say is like I had this toxic behavior of like being mad that like my relationship didn't work out, and I put all of my personal animosity into the court battle and the fight. And honestly, like when I started reframing the way I thought about things, my life became more peaceful. Um, the best advice I ever got from my attorney during my custody battle was, you need to be you need to be the point of calm. You need to be the one that cools down the temperature, because if you're cooling down, if you're being peaceful, and right now you're in a battle where you're fighting with your ex all the time, your ex is only going to react as much as you react. So if you react this way, your ex is going to feel like they have to react in that way. But if your ex is acting that way, and they hit a brick wall of peace, and like there's no reason for you to lash out back, eventually it's gonna stop, because nobody wants to keep doing negative behavior all the time. Nobody wants to be angry all the time. So eventually that passes, but you gotta be patient, and you gotta go through the motions, and you gotta do the work every day to be the best dad you can be. And that's where I really want to point this to, is that like for somebody to post in a group like that, it means that they care about being a father, and they care about their kids. And I think people like that are the people that I try to touch and I try to motivate. So this is the mindset I try to emphasize, and I posted a video on Mother's Day about this. Basically, like me trying to not necessarily like have a relationship or friendship with my son's mother, but my goal is to nurture that relationship that they have the best I can. Because in reality, like even though your relationship didn't work out with your ex, your children can still have a great relationship with their mother. And I think that's what's important, is that your kids didn't ask to be in a relationship. They didn't ask to be married. They didn't ask for a divorce. They didn't ask to be in the situation they're in. But our goal as fathers is to make sure that our kids have the very best life that they possibly can have, so they can grow up and be emotionally strong people. So this is just like the mindset I want you guys to have, is that like your kids are not possible without their mother. And I know from like physiologically that makes sense. It's like you need a dad, you need a mom. But like the post was like, I'm sorry, I picked the wrong mother to be your mother. Basically, it was like that mindset of like the dad was an idiot for picking this woman to be his kid's mother. But this is where I want to emphasize, is that like your kids are not possible without her. Any other combination of somebody else, your kids would not be the same person. And like that's the mindset that I wanted to change, because like there was times where I met somebody after, or I met somebody before I had a son, and when I found out I was gonna be a dad, like I had to cut off that part of my life. And like this was a person that I felt emotions for, and it didn't work out because I ended up being a dad. And um, it's hard to save a relationship when you're having a kid with somebody else. But this is the part I really want to emphasize, that like as much as I wish I could have been with that person because I felt something real, um, if I had been with that person, my son wouldn't exist. And that's the mindset I want you guys to have, that you might not like this part of your life, and you might not like the way it ended up or the way that it turned out, but all those things led you to where your kids are now. And the people that they are now is because of those decisions then. So you can still have a great relationship with your kids now, and you can nurture that relationship, and you can give them the best life possible. And you can also be thankful for being able to see clearly and be out of that situation, and uh, not live in the past anymore. Like I always tell people, I've learned way more from my failures than I have from any of my successes. So if you failed in a relationship, learn from it, but be grateful that you were in it and it provided you the opportunity to be a father, because being a father is the most incredible thing possible. And I always tell people, I love my kid 100%. And when you think about it, your kid is 50% you, and it's 50% the child, your child's mother. So your child is not possible without her. So I want you to change your mindsets. Find a way to make peace with God, make peace internally, and move on with your life post the breakup, post the fights, post court. Because staying in the past and living in that negativity is only going to affect you. Like if you carry that burden, that weight, nobody's gonna want to be around you. Nobody's Your kids aren't gonna want to be around you because you're constantly trashing their mother. Um, and again, like, your kids weren't in a relationship with your ex. You were. They only see mom. They only see dad, and that's all that matters. So I want you guys to stop thinking with this mindset. Like, this is why I created this channel, was because, when I was coming up and I was trying to find good stuff about being a single dad, the only things it talked about was going to court and trying to destroy your ex in court so you could win. But really, there's no winners in family court. Like, we're all losers no matter what, because your kids are the ones that get affected the most by all this. So if you can find a way to make peace and get through that part of your life and move on, um, find peace within yourself and make yourself happy, and let your ex live her life. Like, again, nurture that relationship in ways that you can that don't directly affect, like, talking to them. But, like, I want you guys to change your mindsets of, you love your kids are not possible without her. Any other person that you would have had kids with, your children would not be the same. So you need to be thankful for that part of your life, because it gave you what you have in front of you. So that's all I really want to say today, guys. I saw that post and it really got to me, and I really wanted to kind of break it down and uh, make a video about it and kind of hopefully change some of your thought processes of how you take all this. And I know it's a lot. I'm not going to degrade the fact that you feel what you feel. um, you know my custody battle was the hardest part of my life, emotionally, physically, financially. uh, it was not a good time, and I want you guys to get through this, but I want you to come out better and stronger out of the other end of it. So if you found this video to be helpful, if you like it, please share, please like, please subscribe, and please share it with a dad you think that could hear it. I appreciate you guys watching, and may God bless you and your families.